That's dope.
Oh, that's dope. What kind of jam did you make?
So I got strawberries and blueberries, and I started boiling it. And essentially, I separated a little bit of it so I could make like a red crushed pepper one, so I could make it like a spicy jam. And I really
Okay.
enjoyed that. So I might start selling jam, bro. You might see me at the
Holy
markets.
shit. That's cool, man. You could, if you get yourself into a jam, you could sell jam to get out of it.
Hell
Do
yeah.
a Geo jam. That's gonna be
Oh,
my new
nice. I
merch.
like
I
it.
like it too. That's awesome, man. I love like strawberry jam, so I'll have to come over and jam out with you someday.
So let's all make some, bro. I just made that was my first batch, so it's only gonna get better.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, we should have like a comedy community jam making session, and
Bruh,
then
the only
like,
thing
we'll,
I
we'll,
love doing
we'll-
shit with comics, but it's so hard to get us together. Everyone's always
yeah,
fucking everywhere.
no, you're right about that. You're right about that. Hell yeah. Well, with that being said, what is up? Welcome to the Hypothetical Comedy Podcast. I am Funky Sam Medina,
And I am Athena
and
Rodriguez.
we are jamming out with comedian Giovanni Valencia. What's up, Gio?
What up, man? Thank you for having me. Fucking properly high for this, so it should be good.
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
man. Hey, thanks for being here. We appreciate it. We just relaunched the podcast, and
Okay.
we're a few episodes back in, and we wanted to definitely get with people that we're comfortable with and that we like and stuff like that. So welcome, man.
Yeah, thanks.
This is actually might be my first podcast, so thanks for having me, man.
Oh,
Holy shit,
Yeah,
nice.
it's my
Hey,
first one.
before we get into the weeds and the details of your career, tell us about Nation's Burgers, man.
Fuck Nation's Burgers, dude. Fucking me and Stevie C have like this ongoing beef because me and him love food.
Beef,
Obviously,
literally,
yeah, beef literally, but we both love
because
food.
it's
Obviously,
burgers.
he loves it more, but we both love it. And our tradition is, after a good show or something, we try to hit In and Out. It's reasonably priced, get filled up.
Yeah.
But one time he was telling me that I need to try. He's like insisting I need to try Nations, and him being my brother, I was like, all right, let's do it. We stopped at Nations on our way to Stockton, which is probably our mistake. Was going to a Nations in Stockton. That was probably mistake number one. We should have been closest to the bay. And then I got like a burger, bro. It was a big ass burger with no flavor. You know what I mean? It was like what it was so disappointing, but we have a memory out of it, and an ongoing beef, as you would say.
That's cool, man. I like Nations. They are big burgers. The only problem is like half of it is lettuce.
Man, I like the let. I like let. I fuck with some lettuce. I'll do the lettuce wrap at In and Out, boy. That it gives me
Yeah.
the excuse, like, okay, like since I'm getting kind of healthy on the bread, I could just get the animal style fries. Evens out.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's cool,
Funny
man.
enough, dude, I
That's
used to
cool.
hate In and Out. Used to consistently hate In and Out, and
What?
I turned into an adult or something. I was like, this ain't. You know what it was? I think it's the prices. I'm like, for the prices I'm getting, this is sensational.
I agree. I
Mm,
feel like everything has been going up like dramatically, and In and Out has been consistently like affordable still. And
Yeah.
the lines are super long, but they go really fast.
Yeah, they really. I honestly, I don't even go. I go inside. I know. I want mine hot and fresh because I wait in line. My fries are sometimes a little cold, and if In-N-Out fries get cold, they're no good. They're useless
yeah.
Yeah, I mean any fries. Yeah, absolutely.
for the most part. Yeah, fries are not really good on the. That's like the one leftover food that's like a no go. No fries for leftovers.
We got to invent some kind of cold fry. We're like, these are the best fries if you let them sit for 2 hours.
Fuck. Well, when with the invention of the air fryer, everything got really good. Like
Oh,
your
True.
pizza air fried, leftover pizza in the air
yeah.
fryer.
Oh yeah,
Fuck,
dude. That's so good. Hell yeah. And it's
fucking
so
crazy.
convenient.
Yeah, I used
Hell
mine
yeah.
so much. I just broke mine like
Oh
2 days
dang. We've
ago.
gone
Oh,
through like three. We're like on our third one.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it's not just
Yeah.
me. Fuck yeah.
No, dude, we run that thing into the ground.
Hey, fuck it. That's what it's meant for. They're like shoes. You got to use it.
mm.
Yeah, basically. Oh man. So are you from Sacramento area?
Yeah, man. I was born in Sac. I wouldn't say I grew up here because I moved away around like 8 years old. So I'm like 8 to 18. I spent in the small town called Hanford, like 45 minutes south of Fresno. And honestly,
Okay,
the
so
cool,
still fairly local though.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, it's kind of worked out. Since doing comedy, I've been able to like do shows in Hanford just because like I know that town, and so I know people, and people will come to the show, and so that's a good reason to put me on a show there. So like, yeah, Hanford was a cute little town. Fucking made some dope friends that I still see to this day, which is like so rare to have friends
That's
like that.
cool.
So yeah, it worked out. I'm glad I moved to Hanford. I remember at the time I
That's
fucking cried on the way. I'm like, bro, I'm losing all my
Oh,
friends, all my family's here. But I mean, it worked out. We my favorite memory of moving to Hanford was we got there and it's a two-story house. This is the first time we've been in a house that we'd be living in is 2 stories. And this is when I knew we made it out the hood, man. We got a refrigerator that made its own ice. I was, I was like, bro, I was like, I'm like, we're never going back. We're never gonna go back.
Dude, I kind of made it. We had a refrigerator in our last house that made
Uh-huh.
ice, but we just never hooked it up.
yeah.
Bro, you're like, we're that's like having a lottery ticket. You're just like, we're just not gonna cash it though.
I'm just gonna frame it. I'm just gonna frame it
You
and
guys are
have a
tripping.
memory.
With
Fucking
guilt.
yo, did you guys still make the ice with the little thingies, or what'd you guys do when you needed
Right?
ice?
We can like dump it into the maker, the receptacle,
Yeah.
whatever. Hell
Oh,
yeah,
you still
hell yeah.
like it's kind of like we basically did it, dude. That's
Like, come on, refrigerator, we're doing this shit for you. Um, that's the cool part about growing up in a small town, though. It's not very hard to be the most famous person there.
oh, speaking of nah, dude, I'm not. So I started comedy. And maybe a year ago, maybe not even a year ago, I was looking through my feed and I saw San Jose Improv had this comic named Leo Gonzalez headlining. Probably sold out, honestly. And I'm like, Leo Gonzalez, oh my fucking god! So there's this guy, Leo Gonzalez from Hanford, that's like got started getting on the news and wanted to be a kind of a newscast. Started getting into TikTok, and I'm sure you might have seen some just because they're fucking funny and they fucking blew him up. He's on red carpets and shit. Started doing comedy, bro. I haven't seen him do stand up yet. I haven't like directly spoken. I tried messaging him, but he's too big. He's not gonna see the text or nothing. But it's so crazy. He's like the Matt Rife in my town, dude. So
Wow.
Wow, that's
Did you
rad.
did you know him before?
yeah, I have a picture. I have a pol. I used to go around town taking pictures, like Polaroid pictures of people. I have a Polaroid picture of this man in my room. It's
Oh,
so weird. So who knows? Maybe he hits me up one day and I can open up for him, bro. That'd be dope.
That would be dope, man. That's cool.
manifesting.
That's crazy though.
Small
And did
world, bro.
he just kind of blew up on TikTok and then just took
Yeah,
over?
yeah. Took TikTok, Instagram, all that good stuff, and yeah, it should tell a funny too. I'm not even gonna lie, should tell a funny.
Yeah,
Hell
sometimes
yeah,
you got to
man.
make your own opportunities.
Yeah, man. I mean, testimony for like doing this podcast. So it's also a muscle. Getting good at it and shit. Again, so yeah, it makes me want to try to do something like that too. We'll see.
That's dope though. That's awesome. So what was it like for you growing up in you said is it Hanford?
Hanford, it was cool, man. It was hella Mexicans and shit. It's a small town, so it was like comfortable. I play a lot of. There's a lot of Filipinos. Like some of my best friends were Filipinos because there's a Navy base like right in Lemoore, like the town
Oh,
over.
wow.
And so I got exposed to like Filipino shit. My first girlfriend was Filipino. Matter of fact, Raquel Justo, fucking, she's a dope ass artist out in Fresno now.
Shut
Dude,
up.
she's
Fucking
actually
shout out. Hell yeah.
yeah, big shout out, dude. She's an amazing artist too. Like, I'll message her here and they're like, oh, like dope shit. She's married and shit, so. I think that my opportunity passed, but she's sick.
You can't woo her with the jam, I guess.
Oh,
Nah, dude,
man.
I don't think I'm funny. I don't think I'm funny enough. But yeah, she's a sick artist. So yeah, a lot of Filipinos, a lot of good food. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Nothing crazy happened. I don't think. Luckily, thank
That's
God.
cool. Yeah. You said you lived there until you're 18. What
Yeah.
changed? Did you just move on your own or did your family move away?
No, I went to college.
Okay.
I didn't even really wanted to go because at the time I wanted to be a writer. I was convinced. I was like a cross of Hunter S. Thompson and Jack Kerouac, dude. I was like, I'm gonna do all the drugs and I'm gonna write hella. And so Humboldt was like my first time away from home, and that was interesting because Humboldt is so fucking rainy and cold and sad, and I wasn't prepared for that. Like I think my like a little melatonin, you need sun, and I did not get that up there, so I got sad pretty quickly. And it was just weird circumstances. Like when I was over there a week before Thanksgiving break, I went for a run, and I kind of tweaked my foot. And a few days later, I had the day off, and I went to the beach because it was a sunny day. It's never sunny in that motherfucker. And I go to the beach, and there's a crab. And I'm a broke college student. I see a crab. I'm like, bro, it can't be hard to cook a crab. You just boil the motherfucker, right? So I go back to grab a stick so I can put the crab in my backpack because I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna grab it with my bare hands.
Wait, was
But
it a live crab you're gonna put in
it
your
was a live
backpack?
crab. Yeah,
Oh my
that,
god.
that was the plan. This is what happened. The tide pulled back the crab, so I didn't see it. But as the tide pulled back, I saw that there's an other side to the beach over this big ass rock. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, let me just go to the other side. And I'm kind of running so I don't get wet. And my foot goes into this like hole, and I've never had pain like that before. I was like, what the fuck? And sure enough, I broke
Oh
my foot.
shit.
And
Holy
so
crap.
the beach that I'm on is like it's crazy because you have to climb up, or I guess you had to climb down to get to the beach. So now I have to climb back up with this broken foot. See, there's this dog on the beach, and then I run into this old lady, and I was like, I basically tried to start a conversation with her. She started a conversation with me, matter of fact, because she's like, "Hey, is that your dog?" I'm like, "I don't know whose dog that is." She's like, "Well," I was like, "Hey, can you give me a ride? I think I broke my foot." And look, thank God she gave me a ride. I don't know how I made it to the bus or anything. And yeah, went to the X-ray the next day, got it casted and shit. I had to go all the way back from Humboldt to Hansford on the bus by myself, broken foot. It was like a 12-hour drive because you're taking the bus and the train. And when I showed up, my mom wanted to whip my ass. She's like, "How the fuck did you? Why didn't you tell me you break your leg? And then why do you have a broken leg?" And that was like a whole thing of its own. I hate it. That was the worst thing ever. I feel bad for anyone that breaks anything.
Dude, imagine if you had to go through that whole thing with a crab in your bag.
Bro, but then I'd have something to eat. It'd have been worth the trip. Now, I think the silver lining of the story was I found out later that in that area they were having like a warnings on eating crabs because there was like a leakage of something, and so all these crabs were getting sick. Like people were getting
Oh
sick from eating crab.
dang.
So who knows? Maybe God works in mysterious ways, you know?
Yeah, no, for real.
This motherfucker ain't gonna stop until I break his fucking foot trying
Dude,
to eat this.
my mom would
Yeah,
get
that's the
way
only
more
way
mad
that you
if I
could get
died.
stopped.
Literally, dude. Nothing was stopping me. I was so hungry.
And then your mom, I love your mom's like, I let you out of my sight for the first time,
Yeah.
and you break your fucking foot.
She wanted to break my other foot after that, dude.
That'll teach you.
That will
Yeah.
teach you.
Yeah,
That's
that was just a
crazy.
weird so that all that added to like the sadness. And then I went through like this like, high school girlfriend thing, on and off. And I found out like one of my friends dated or kissed her son. So it was a whole bunch of like and angst being away from home, living in a sad little town. But I started smoking hella weed up there, and that was my saving
Oh
grace.
yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that's where you're gonna learn.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and that's why I started doing drugs. I bought acid off a homeless guy,
Oh,
and
whoa. Okay.
the only reason
Nice,
That was a
no
big
nice.
no
leap.
I was in the park. Don't ask me why I was in the park. I was in the park reading on the slide. I was reading on the road, Jack Kerouac. That's when I started reading a lot. And he's like, "Hey man, is that on the road?" I was like, "Yeah." So we start talking about how I want to try acid. So he's, "Oh yeah, let's go." Bro, I literally go to the bank to get cash, then go down the street, meet up with this guy to drop. He like, "Do you want the?" He's like, how do you want it? Do you want to just take it right now? I was like, "Nah, fuck that." I'm like, "Put in the cookie." He's like, "Here, I'll get you a cookie. Put in the cookie, then you take the cookie." And so I did
Dang.
that, and nothing happened. Fucking nothing happened. I went home, took the cookie, and I did have this brief moment where I feel like something might have happened, but I don't even know. I remember just like a little bit of like flashing light, and that was it.
That
And I
sucks.
and that could have been placebo. That's
It's just a car driving by and the lights flashed in your room.
Yeah.
bro. I got gypped
He's
by these
like, I
homeless,
just saw
man.
that fool some fake ass acid.
Right?
He came
It's
up.
it's a little piece of paper. Nothing on it.
So yeah, humble. Being a humble made me realize that I didn't want to be there for 4 years. I was doing really well in school. You know, it's the funniest thing. As soon as I started smoking weed in college, my grades were never better. Like I was never the best student, like in high school or anything. I was always like struggling to get B's. And then like something about college was just like so easy. It was, you know. I only went to school for like 8 hours a week, and then the rest is just homework. Shit.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a lot
What
of
school
time.
was it? Was it College of the Redwoods?
No, humble. It was humble.
Oh,
Humble
just Humboldt.
State.
Okay, okay. My dad went to College of the Redwoods, but he was
Yeah,
doing machine, so it's like a. I think that's more of a trade school.
yeah. I think yeah, it's like not too far down either. Maybe like 30 minutes away. I think.
That's
Um,
cool. That's cool.
yeah, I got to go back to Humble. I went to that exact same spot where I broke my foot like about a year last October because I was on the Savage Henry Comedy Festival, and so
Hell
I
yeah,
had
dude.
Oh,
Good
I got some
times.
I got some free time, and so like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the spot, conquer my fears. You know, so I got naked, got in the water. I felt like I was baptized.
oh, that's
You know what's
awesome.
crazy is when I was like really little, like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, whatever. And my dad, that's when my dad was going to College of the Redwoods, and we would go hang, stay with him for the weekend and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And I fell off of a 6 foot pier and I almost drowned. And my dad jumped in. He saved me essentially, and then he with me in his arms, he climbed up his friend's leg.
What
And
the fuck?
so when we went to Savage Henry in 2021, I was on a mission to find that spot and I found
Uh-huh.
it. And it was crazy. And it was fenced off and I found it and I talked to the guy with security or whatever and he let us
Uh-huh.
in. He let us drive down there and just walk over there and just take a look at the spot where it was.
They probably closed it down because too many kids were drowning.
Fuck yes,
Yeah,
dude.
it probably did.
That's wild that both of you guys went to the same spots that like kind of
Yeah.
scared you.
We kind of had to go conquer our fears in Eureka area.
Wild. Freaking
Yeah,
Eureka.
I know.
it is a
Eureka, man.
weird. It's a very eerie area where like you never know what's gonna happen. Really,
Yeah.
So you
every
talked
time
about
I'm
being
up there.
homesick. You talked
Uh,
about being homesick. How long were you there?
I was there for the 1 year, and I transferred back to a community college in Hanford. So that's when I had to like stay with my parents. But it was different because like I wasn't a kid anymore. Like I was busy because I had to get a job. I was at school. I was taking like a crazy amount of units. I think like the standard's 15. I was taking like up to 19 to 22 because I wanted to
Wow.
get school done with, and I found it easy. So like it was easy to do. It was a lot of work, but it was easy work. So yeah,
Awesome.
I had fun in college because I like learning about shit. I love hearing professors speak, so it was pretty simple. From there, though, I knew I didn't want to stay there forever. Obviously, I just wanted to find a different place to go to. So my next goal was to then either move to San Diego, just because it's beautiful, or San Francisco, because like I was mentioning earlier, Jack Kerouac and the Beats, they were all kind of based out of either SF or New York. So I'm like, yo, I want to go to SF and just like live that life. And so got the grades, got to go there, and shit, SF was one of my favorite times to be alive because I was prime college student. The housing that we had was fucked up. They told us that it's a house, it's a nice little house, and they're like, hey, this is the last year we're gonna have these buildings because we're gonna tear them down. And we're like, oh shit, we could fucking make a mess in this bitch. And it was lit like the school was across the street, so it was the most beautiful. I would just wake up and just walk over to
Oh
whatever
yeah.
class.
That's
So
awesome.
all and then like two of my roommates, or I guess three of them were pretty cool. Two of them I hung out like I still consider friends. Like, well, fucking smoke weed. As soon as I heard that of the grinder, I knew, hey, come downstairs. We're about to smoke, bro. One of my other roommates was like a little drug dealer, so he always had like something, acids and something always. And so we always had a great time partying there. Fell in love with this girl next door. It was a great time. Great time to be alive.
Hell yeah, that's cool. And what were you working towards in college?
It's funny. I don't know. So when I started, it was for psychology. When I started my first year with psychology, and I was like, man, like I realized that after a year, I was like, man, I'm sad myself. I can't be helping sad people.
Right?
So I went to community college to specialize in English to be like a writer. And then I also wanted to do some fashion design because I also wanted to be like a fashion designer. I wanted to be some sort of artist. That's all I knew. It's always been like something I wanted to do. And I would write stories. And honestly, I'm thinking about posting some for funsies because I think they'll be funny in retrospect, you know? So I want to post some of those, kind of maybe get on my Leo Gonzalez shit. But so then I went from fashion design, I went to SF, and I was like, well, I want to be a writer. I just have to write. So I don't need a major in English. And I'm like, I already have half of my degree, my units for psychology. So I changed plans again. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just get a psychology degree and finish college while I become a writer on the side. And basically, the writing just thing never like I just never took it serious. Never like I wrote stories, but I never like edited them and tried to publish them or nothing like that. But I think that's what kind of led to like comedy. I felt like comedy is like an instant gratification. Like if I write it today, I could go try it out today. Versus like writing, I have
Yeah.
to write it, edit, write it, edit, and then finally publish it. For people to not even fucking no one reads, you know? Like so yeah, I just and I'm not the best speller and shit, but I like talking, you know?
Yeah, yeah, that's cool.
So yeah, so that's what I was doing. One of my favorite parts of college, I went to study abroad for a semester. I went to Europe
Wow.
for
Where'd you go?
I went to Birmingham, England. It's like the
Wow.
second largest city in England besides London, of course. And that was cool too, bro. They like partying over there too. There was, and I
You
felt
gotta
like
read
there
a
was
party book, man.
Yeah.
yeah, the drugs, there's so much, and then the fucking they start drinking at a younger age, so they're kind of more mature. And I was just talking to a friend about this. I felt like they were smarter.
Oh
Like,
wow.
I feel like they knew more about my politics than my own. You know, like, and I think the reasoning is the way they set up their school system is their first 2 years of like university, or when you would like, and college year is 4 years. The first 2 years you're just doing general education. The last 2 years you're specializing.
Yeah.
They put those two GE years in high school, so you're doing that just to graduate. Like, and
Oh,
then
okay.
college over there, when you go to uni, that's what they call it, university. They don't call it college; they call it university. They'll go for 3 years instead of those 4 years, but it's all specialization. So you're basically getting through way quicker. And because you're specializing for 3 years, their master's program, instead of being 2 years like it is here, over there, it's just 1 year.
That's dope.
That's
So you can get
crazy.
theoretically you get your bachelor's and master's over there in 4 years versus like 6 years here.
That's crazy. And I feel like a lot of our schooling is flawed, and we could probably look at them and improve our system too.
Yeah, but I feel like we do it for the money. Like universities are
Oh
so
yeah,
hungry for money.
absolutely.
They're like, fuck it, we're just gonna go to school longer. They don't give a fuck. They want
Oh,
all our
no, who
money.
cares?
I know they want all our
Not
money
that many.
because you can't call bankruptcy on the college loan, which is crazy. I can call
Oh, you
bankruptcy on
That's
can't?
that's
wild.
that's the one thing you can't call bankruptcy is college loans and child support. I know because I have both.
Damn.
That's wild, man. It's funny because I was looking at your Facebook and stuff, and you're all over the place in comedy. And I was going to talk to you about that, but you're all over the place in college too. That's crazy. All over the
Yeah,
world.
I think that's what makes that's why I want comedy to be a career. Like I would love to just go like different places. I love trying new foods and shit,
Hell
all that good shit. Trying different
That's literally
pussies,
why I want to travel right now.
yeah. I don't care about meeting people. I just want to eat their
Right?
food. I agree.
Dude, that ass.
I
And then
agree.
every once in a while you'll run into these characters that you just you'll
Yeah.
never be able to forget. There's
Yeah.
this dude in SF. So, and when I was living in SF, there's like this homeless dude that had all these rings, and the only reason I knew is he asked me for a cigarette, and so I gave him one, and we'll just sit and talk for whatever. And I remember one time I saw him 3 times. First time, a couple times when I was like lending him a cigarette. Other time I was with this girl, and he noticed. He's like, "Hey, what's up, man?" He goes, "Hey, she a beautiful, hey, like complimenting me and all, made me feel like the man." And so the night before I go to Europe, I'm in SF with my family. We're having dinner outside, and I'm telling them the same exact story I'm telling you. Guess who comes walking by? Dude, old ass man. I was like, "What's up, bro? Nice to see you." And it did feel weird because like this is homeless man that's probably hungry, and I'm here having a meal with my family. So it was an odd thing, and they just kind of looked at me like, "Who the fuck is that?" I'm like, "It's the guy I was just telling you about."
Oh my
That's the guy I was
God.
telling you about.
It's cool, man.
That's my homeboy.
The homeboy. So yeah, I like traveling and meeting people and trying shit. I mean, the only thing is it's tiring. It takes a lot out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's expensive, but I mean, if you can afford it, then that's great.
Yeah,
Hell
yeah.
yeah.
I worked a lot just try to save money. I mean, my family helped out a lot too. Like, so
Yeah.
I'm lucky. Got help from the government, all that financial aid and shit.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Hey, so around like what time in your life did you kind of become a fan of stand-up comedy?
Good question, man. I've always really enjoyed it. Like kind of like anything else. I don't know. I thought it was more of like a few of them. I didn't know there were so many comics.
Yeah, right,
Who do
exactly.
I don't even remember who'd be like some of the first comics I've seen. I remember one of the bigger one. The only reason why I really watched it is because everybody was quoting it in school, and I was like, I wasn't understanding. And then it was Kevin Hart's special.
Okay.
All his older shit when he started like originally blowing up as a comic, like oh my god, that shit was hilarious. Talk about his like dad being a crackhead, sucking dick for crack. He's like, and one of the punchlines like you're not allowed to use those cups. This cup is for you now only. Dad coming in with like not wearing underwear, so his balls are just out at like a parent conference meeting. The one that I remember the most was a joke about his uncle being he's like, hey, I'm sorry about your mom. His mom Peg goes, but whoever got her, don't worry, I'm gonna get him. And he goes, it was cancer. Cancer got her. He goes, well, tell cancer I'm looking for his ass. And I was like, man, like shit like that I really liked. Started getting into Dave Chappelle, of course. I didn't really get into comedy until it's a little cliche, but Kill Tony got me like in love with it a lot
Oh,
because
interesting.
obviously you're doing the comedy part, but I love the insight that Tony would give about like stand up, like you should try to do this or try to do that, like the
Yeah.
advice, or when they would talk about like the business side of things. Sometimes, like all of
Yeah.
podcasts in general, like Joe Rogan got really popular, so I'd hear him talk about comedy. I was probably part of that wave of people that got inspired through podcasts and found out how cool it was. And so yeah, I started trying it. First time I tried it was fuck, bro. It was 2020. It was
Okay. Okay,
it was
nice.
it was like February
Oh, right
Oh,
20.
before the pandemic.
dang.
Yeah. I know this because I went to a show in 2025 or 2020, a Sam Morril show. My brother took me to the Sam Morril show, and that was fucking amazing. I was like, yo, this shit's great. Like, I loved it. And on our way out, I saw there was open mics, and I was like, fuck, that's my chance. Like, this is the thing I've always
I
wanted to
did.
try it. Like, this is my chance. So I go. Didn't really have anything prepared. I thought I'll ring it, and it wasn't the worst. I've had worse sets since then. I'll put it like that. But it wasn't like great or nothing. But I do remember this one thing that I said that I was like, oh, okay, like there's something there. Was because everybody kept talking about Jesus for that night, and so I kind of brought it up, riffing on it, talking about my theory about Jesus is that like he didn't turn water into wine. It was just everybody was so fucked up at the party already. No one noticed that he came back with the wine. They were just like, oh shit, look at Jesus. Like you ever been to a party and you run out of alcohol and that one friend goes to go get more alcohol, he comes back and you're like, he's the king, or or better yet, when everyone's hungry and they go to Jack in the Box and order 50 tacos, like come on.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was my first time, and I didn't do it again. I would have to I have them recorded. I recorded the audio just because through podcasts, I know that you want to, reference your own sets. It was, I think I turned 24. I think I turned 24, and it was like a birthday. It was my birthday. I had friends come. I'm like, yo, what I want to do for my birthday is go do a set. And I remember this is one of the first times I got to see some of the local like mics that aren't a club. It was a pizza place in Roseville, and then this Elk Lounge in somewhere in like West Sac or South Sac. The first place I saw Andre Dawson. I don't know if you guys know Andre Dawson. Andre Dawson, local.
Oh, I do. I
Every,
think I do know Andre Dawson. I think I met
Andre
him
Dawson was
at
dope.
Jesse Rivera's house.
Yeah, I distinctly remember him because he came in with a pregnant lady. And I was like, this is not like bring. So I didn't know what she was at the time, but all I know is like he was with this girl and she was pregnant. I was like, that's wild. And he was really funny. I remember him being super funny. And then the other comic was David Rodriguez. I remember, and he was hilarious. Still is. And that second mic, I saw Alvin Duke was the host.
Okay.
I
Oh,
remember,
nice.
Okay.
yeah, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy? He is the funniest, but like he was like even then he was so funny. And I remember Mike said about that one. I remember one joke being like, I remember it was my 24th birthday because I had a Kobe joke. I said, for my 24th birthday, I'm avoiding I'm avoiding helicopters and Latinas from Colorado or something like that because he had like a rape case in
Yeah.
Colorado. But everyone forgets about that. It's fucking. He was so good at basketball. They're like, he rapes, but he balls.
Oh my God.
What is that?
And
Dave
then his
Chappelle?
oh,
He
never mind,
rapes,
we
but
won't
he
get into
saves.
that.
Don't.
So that's a whole nother kind of
Please.
worms. I was talking about the
Hypothetically,
diamond that he bought his wife right
hypothetically.
after.
Oh yeah, dude. I just saw this memes of like all the athletes or actors that get caught cheating. It's like they have this certain face. It's like, my bad. I had too many hoes face or something like that. I hate bringing up memes when you don't have the meme on hand. It's always funny when you actually see them. It's like
Yeah.
you could have been you had to be there. Story.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. That's how I started comedy. I
So
didn't start consistently till like 25. 25 was because my son was starting to get bigger, and I was like, if I don't start taking this serious now, I'm never gonna get another chance. So yeah, from
yeah, no,
basically
I mean
the
you gotta
20.
start doing it at some point. But you said you did February of 2020. I kind of want to go back to that. Do you know the date
Yeah,
on that?
you know what? Let me look. I might have it. Let me double
Yeah,
check real
yeah.
Oh,
quick.
Just because we're
dang.
in February right now,
Let's
and
just
it's
see
kind of
it.
like close to the anniversary of that, so that's pretty cool. Also, do you know where it was?
Yeah, the first time was at Punchline, ironically. So I work there
Oh
now. It's like,
wow.
What?
yeah. So
Dude, I
Punchline
worked
was my.
16 years. I worked 16 years ago on that stage.
Oh, oh shit, that's insane. I didn't know that. Okay, let's see. It would be right around here on the Y. Oh, I went to on the Y a few times before I started taking it really serious. It looks like
Nice.
2020 first stand up. Oh shit, I found it. March 3rd of 2020.
Oh,
Wow. Like
dang.
2 weeks before everything shut down.
Good
Literally.
timing.
I
Same.
mean,
We did
I
the
wish I did
same.
it. I wish I got consistent because then I could have done sets during the pandemic. That would have gotten me really good. But that was the other thing. People were dying. People were. It was a weird time. So such a weird
It
time.
Yeah,
I
it
wish I
was.
was a
got to
weird
do it
time.
though. It would give me something to do all night. I had nothing to do all the time.
We we just got back into comedy like 6 or 8 months before the pandemic hit, and then we kind of like moved everything online, and we were like running online shows and Zoom mics and all hangouts and game nights and all that crazy stuff.
That sounds exhausting.
It was a lot of fun though,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
we
I
didn't
mean,
have
it
to
gives
leave
you
our
something
house,
to
you
do.
know.
That's
Exactly,
true.
exactly.
I
Yeah,
like
and it
leaving my
kept us
house though.
connected.
Yeah. What was the pandemic like for you, I guess, since you had just started doing comedy and then everything kind of got taken away?
Well, I did that one time. I didn't go back for a while. What I did at the time, I was working with adults with special needs, and I actually just transitioned because I realized that I had a degree, and I was like, dude, I should. Because I started work. I guess I'll kind of back it up to give you context. Right after college, I had no plan. Like, I enjoyed college, and that was it. I was like, oh shit, now I gotta do this thing, and I had no plans, and so I came to Sacramento, and I moved in with my father that I didn't really know, which was interesting.
Oh my
That's a whole thing. Yeah, my life's always like, what the fuck? You got to like say that again. I went to so I moved in with him here in Galt, or in Harold actually technically, and I would work in Delta Shores at the Habit because at the Habit where my uncle had a connection there. He worked at one of the other Habits. And so yeah, that's where I started working. And when I was working at the Habit, man, I realized like, oh, I have a degree. Well, let me backtrack a little bit more. When I was when I was in college, like I said, I was doing really well. The only time I didn't do well was at the very end of one class. It was psych statistics. I had to retake it because at the very end of the first time, I stopped going the last week or two because I was doing so well, and I missed an important aspect of the class, and I fucked up my whole grade. It ended up being like a C. That class specifically, I needed a C plus, so I had to retake it. And same thing happened. Like I had a major breakup, and so it fucked up my momentum, and it kind of threw me off. And I just stopped going to that class. And it happened again. I got like a D. I was like, "What the fuck?" So I graduated. I walked the line and everything, but in my head, I didn't actually graduate because I got a D in there. So that's why I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just work at the Habit." And a girlfriend of mine, her mom was like, "Hey." She's like, you seem like a smart kid. She's like, I feel like if you weren't so relaxed, you would probably just finish your degree and go like basically you have more to offer and you're not even trying. I was like, you know what? That's like fucking pretty smart. I go online to go check. They gave me a degree. They fucked up. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Wow.
So
dang.
I was like, fuck it, I should go work for something within my field. And so that's when I applied to work with adults with special needs. And that was really fulfilling. It was emotionally really challenging though. It was like, oh wow, this is hard. But like you learn to love someone. Like you wipe the grown man's ass. It's a different kind of love. And
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, I want to get paid more to do something else. And so I got the opportunity to be behavioral technician, RBT, right, registered behavioral technician. And I was pretty good at that, honestly. The only thing was so the reason why I had to tell you all of this to build up to this next point is I started, you know how I worked at the Habit. Well, there's a girl I met at the Habit, and I had sex with her. And so around this time of transitioning jobs, I found out that she was pregnant, and so I'm like, fuck. So now I got this job, and I'm working with kids with disabilities. But I hate. It was just hard to like work with them, knowing that I also have to deal with my own child in like 9 months or something. So this like build up was like I really remember I remember the day so clearly. I was going into work on a Friday. I have to dress kind of nicer, and I'm on the way, and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. So, because this is when the pandemic was happening. That's one of the consequences of this. Pandemic just happened. I have to wear a mask to see these kids, and mind you, these kids are with on the spectrum, so they don't fuck with people with masks. They already don't like have time to like communicate, but taking away your whole face, like it felt like I was trying to do the job with my hands tied behind my back. And so I was like, you know what? I don't need to do this shit. I hate this. I don't want to do it. I'm gonna have to deal with my own kid in a couple months. I remember I went in, I quit to this lady, and the reason why this lady I quit to is important is I started looking for new jobs, and I eventually what I wanted to do was something I liked, and I love weed. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna apply at every dispensary in a 50-mile radius, and someone has to fucking hire me. Sure enough, I got hired, started working there. Got like a month right before my son was born, and the reason why that lady was so important is I was working the shop, and this lady comes in to buy some weed, and I'm like, "What's up? Small world." I'm like, "Those kids stress you out, huh? You're gonna need some of this OG Kush right here." And
I
so
love
yeah,
that. That's a fucking great
it's such
story.
so crazy. And the irony of it all later was when my son was born, he got a little older, he was diagnosed with being on the spectrum, and I was like, what are the chances? You know?
Wow. And so you're kind of prepared for that because you worked with those other kids, so you know a little bit what to expect and how to handle it a little better.
Yeah. Like right now we're potty training him, and I was like, oh shit, it's as simple as just kind of conditioning, and then I went to school for this. You know, it's classical conditioning. Right? Give someone something, then they'll want to do it more.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, so working at the Habit Burger, where does Habit fall on the In and Out Nations scale?
Yes, we want to know.
Bro, fuck the habit, bro. That's where I'm with my baby mama, dude. I don't even like going there no more. Like she's a good. She's look. I talk shit, but like she's a good mom and all that. But like it wasn't exactly what I was expecting. She was a stranger essentially. You know, it was a one night stand plan B baby. You know, shit happens.
You're a
So
fuck. This burger tastes like child support.
fuck, I'm gonna use that. That's a tag. I'm taking that, boy. Yeah, I've been trying to work that out. I could bring that back. But yeah, so I don't really go to the habit, but their sweet potato fries are fire. I'm not gonna lie.
I love sweet potato fries.
Sweet potato
People
fries
give
are
it like such a bad rap.
no, those are pretty good. And then like their burgers are cool. It's just here's the problem. Get back to your question with a serious answer. The problem with the habit is it's so expensive for what you're getting.
Yeah,
Like
I agree.
that's in and out quality, but with not in and out prices.
Yeah, no, habit is expensive. I do agree with that.
I will say
Yeah.
this is why I hated the in and out as a kid. Now I'm saying out loud. I remember why. The fucking In and Out only has one option. They got three choices on the menu, and they're all variations of the same thing. It's a hamburger, a cheeseburger, or a double cheeseburger. It's like, what if I want a chicken sandwich? You know, I think that's why all these
That's
new
why Chick-fil-A
restaurants
exists.
exactly they're all
Double
specializing, and
cheese.
specialization is easier to get good at than being good at a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's really good to be easy or to be good at a few things and a lot of things.
Which blows my mind why fucking the movie theaters cannot get popcorn right. Like why is it so cool?
You're the theater. You should know.
Oh man.
I
Yeah.
like I like how two major things happened when you were going to be a father. One of them was you wanted to get a new job and upgrade your life a little bit, and the other one was get into stand-up comedy. So tell us about just being a father and how that changed your life.
Fuck. I mean, it was a slow transition. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't ready. I mean, no one is, but I was less so. I was almost in denial, just because of the circumstances. Like I said, I don't know her. I didn't. You know, she goes. There's a whole background story within that because she texted me one time, like, oh, you might have this or that, and I went to go get tested and I didn't, but that gave me evidence that she was with someone else
Oh
too.
my god.
So in my
That's a
mind, I got
conversation
hope,
you got to have beforehand.
bro. I didn't know her, and
No, I
so
know, I'm just kidding.
the whole thing was insane because yeah, I was in very much denial of it. Even if like I don't know, there's like a theme of like the world like telling me like no, you gotta kind of face it. Do you remember that app? You guys remember the app during the pandemic? It was like popular on TikTok where it was like it would give you a location and you go to the location, it'll give you what you want. You guys remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yes. It was like a
Robo something.
compass something.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was super weird. Like people were finding dead bodies, lighters that
Holy
they were looking for,
crap.
weird shit. Little witch festives. It was a weird thing. So I'm high one day and I'm doing nothing. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go see what's up. It takes me all the way to Forest Hill, like past Sacramento into like the woods, and it takes me down this like road, right? I'll never forget this. It takes me down to the road. I'm so deep into the woods, it's like middle of the day, but it's getting dark because it's going downhill. And once I get to the end of the road, I keep walking. Remember, I'm smoking a joint or a blunt, and at the end of this road is nothing but like an old water fountain. You know those pretty water fountains of like a man and a woman holding a baby in the middle of the fucking woods. It was the most terrifying thing ever.
Wow. And that was like your sign from the universe.
I guess, and I was still like, nah, probably
Maybe.
not. Yeah,
Bro, dudes are so
uh,
brave. You never catch me fucking just going, oh, go to this random place. All right, here we go. Oh,
is
it's
it
getting
is it,
dark. Oh, it's deep in the woods. Like all the
bro?
red flags.
First of all, I want to say I'm white culturally, okay? So I like, and you said men are so brave. It's not so much that men are so brave; we're just so dumb. You know?
Yeah, yeah, I could vouch for
Oh man.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
just off that is why y'all live longer.
that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, dude.
that is crazy. That is really crazy. Was there other things? Because you said that the world kept like making you be a father when you didn't want to. Was there other
Yeah,
signs and things like that?
yeah, yeah. There was one more that really fucking fucked with me. I thought it was odd. I was texting my son's mother, and we're like, "Hey, what are some names you're thinking of?" And this is 20. This is the midst of like wokeness and all that. And I was like, "Well, what if my kid wants to transition one day?" So I'm like, "You know what? Let's give them a gender neutral name. Like, go whatever they want. Fucking,
Oh,
they
that's
could be a fucking
thoughtful.
yeah." I kind of like thought ahead of it, get ahead of the curve. And so she sent me a bunch of like gender neutral names that she found. And I remember one of them was Charlie, which is like, why the fuck would we name our kid Charlie after that dumbass TV show? Okay. That's all I'm going to think about. Good luck, Charlie. I told the story before, and the one time the dude was like, my son's name's Charlie. And I'm like, well, good luck. Um,
Girl, that's a very nice name.
I
yeah,
have that. I
Charlie.
have that when I'm talking about when I think a tattoo is dumb and I'm like describing how dumb a tattoo is, and somebody will say, "Oh, I have that tattoo." And I'm
Hey,
like,
dude,
"Oh, oh
sucks
yeah,
to have a shitty
sure."
tattoo, dude.
Right.
And so the one name I did like the only name I liked on the list was Eden. I was like, that name is like good. I like that name a lot. And bro, maybe like 30 minutes later, this girl, the homegirl I'm really good friends with, she never really texted me like a lot, but randomly she would. All she did was text me a song called Eden that
Wow.
fucking day.
Just
And I was still
randomly.
like, probably not mine. It makes I was just so like I was like I'll name it even though I don't think it's mine. Like I
I'll
was like
name it.
that's good.
I'll name it.
I'll name it even though I don't think it's mine.
Yeah,
What are
and
some
so
of the
yeah,
what are some of the good parts of being a parent?
shit. You just learn to be a better thing. You just like patience becomes a muscle. Like at first you get like really hard and upset about shit, and you're just like nothing to be upset about. Like what I realized is like a lot of the times parents weren't mad at us. They were just having to do life, and then we're in the way. We're like making a mess or being loud or not listening, and we're making their lives harder. And we're just like in our own world. But like now that I'm an adult, I'm like, fucking, I got this to do tonight. I'm also trying to clean this, and so you understand. I'm like, oh,
I gotta pay
like
these bills, right?
yeah, it's just worried
Yeah.
about
And it's like they were already our
life.
parents were already on edge. We just didn't know it.
Yeah, so we were just pushing them over the edge. And so, I've gotten really better with just being patient and all the cliche they say about parenting is pretty much true. Like it does change your life completely. Can't see another world without it. I mean, I wish we were. The only thing is, I wish we were in a better, situation. But shit, you roll with the punches. Who gives a
Yeah.
fuck? As long as
Absolutely.
he's
That's
loved
all.
and cared for. As long
Yeah,
as,
that's all you can
the
do.
thing about him is I like him. Like a lot. I feel like a lot of people love their kids. It's easy to love your kids. It's hard to like them.
Are
So,
you convinced that he's yours?
yes, I have a DNA test to prove it.
Oh dang! I thought you were gonna say he blinks like I do or something.
No, man.
I've
Nah,
got the receipts.
I've got
no.
the
He,
receipt.
he has the same autism I do. But yeah,
Wow, that's awesome.
he's cool. I like him. I think he's gonna be a cool person.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. That's
Fan
cool,
movie right
man.
now is
That's cool.
Ratatouille and Wally, dude.
Dude, I love Ratatouille,
I love
man.
Wally.
Right? Great choice.
So I
I think
guess
Okay.
I guess between the two of us, I don't know. That's
yeah,
cool though. Hell yeah.
both great movies. I love that.
You know what movie you gotta watch with them? One of my favorites
What's up?
kids movies is Over the Hedge.
Oh shit! Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
That's
My
his
brother,
favorite
That's
movie,
that's one of my
dude.
favorite movies, and I
It's
don't
so
know
my
why.
random.
brother's a kid reminded us of the squirrel.
Nice. Hell yeah.
He
Hell yeah.
takes the fucking Red Bull and the world goes slow mo
Right?
and shit.
And then
Yeah,
everything
that shit was
slows
good.
down.
Yeah, man, this kid movies have always been good. Zootopia with the sloth, my favorite.
Oh, I love Zootopia. Yeah.
Hey, like my favorite scene is when he gets pulled over at the end and he's like scared and then he realizes who it is and his smile just slowly comes on. Hilarious.
That's awesome, man. Hey, before we get out of here, is there any goals or anything you want to manifest in 2027?
Yeah, man. Let's see. I wanna get past at a club. So I'm working on, getting past that Death Puppy, Laughs Unlimited, making sure I have a, tight 15 roll.
Oh, I can't hear.
We stopped hearing you all of a sudden.
Hello? 1, 2.
Oh, there
Oh,
you
there
go.
we
You're
go.
back. You're
All right,
back.
cool. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to get I
We
want to
didn't hear
get
anything
funny.
Yeah,
you
we didn't
said.
hear anything after we didn't hear
Oh,
anything after Type 15.
fuck. This manifestation is not gonna work. God damn it. No, I just want to get past the clubs, so I could get more time on stage to host and get good. I want to get good. And honestly, I would love to put on an awesome show in
Yeah.
Galt. So I'm gonna try to work on that this year. Find a venue that wants something like that and really build it out. You guys know Pokemon at all? Do you know Geodude?
Yeah, Geodude.
No, but she
All right,
does.
He's
all
like
right.
a big
Well,
rock.
he's a big rock with arms. Well,
Yeah.
my name is Geo, and so one day I will have merch with Geodude with just my face on it instead. So
That's
yeah, look
cool.
out for that. Right? Yeah,
I
That's
follow
love
me
it.
awesome.
on Geo with the J. Fucking, if you're a producer and you're putting on shows, put me on. I will travel the country just to go to.
Hell yeah. And you can find me at Funky Sam Medina across the board.
And I'm at She Shines for You, all spelled out, no numbers.
Awesome, Gio. Thanks for joining us, man.
Of course, appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys very soon. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Cheers.